All right, guys, you're on.
Happy Thursday. I am here with two of my favorite people. We have a Ken sandwich, so sorry, Ken. I mean, this is going to be a lot for him today.
I'm excited.
Me and Maria have not shut up since they walked in the door, and Ken is just like
I don't even know what they're talking
ridiculous.
about half the time.
We are here today to talk about Corn Fest. It's Corn Fest time. This is so exciting. I'm here with Ken and Maria. Maria is the boss and Ken is the assistant. Just
No.
kidding.
That
just
is the way. Yeah,
kidding.
the answer is yes. That's what it
Maria
is.
barely knows what's going on.
Barely.
Well, she is in like retirement-ish zone.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
too.
Me? No, I
Yeah.
am not in retirement. Why does everybody say that?
Because
Okay,
you
just
are
kidding.
never at work.
I feel like you're golfing a lot.
No, I
That's
have not golfed in a long time. I was just gone for a week and a half.
He almost said a year. He almost said a
I've
year.
only gone half
half.
the year. No, super excited though. The Corn Fest has been going for many, many, many years. How long have you guys been a part of Kiwanis?
I've
Kiwanis?
been
Yeah.
a part of Kiwanis for 19 years. You've been.
I've been a part of Kiwanis for 32 years.
30. Holy heck! That's
I don't
almost
look that
my
old, do
lifetime.
I?
I'm gonna say.
No.
I look younger than that.
Yes.
But yeah.
So if you don't know, the Kiwanis is the group that puts on the Corn Fest. It's a lot. It is a lot of work.
It is. We start planning every year in January after taking a few months off. But it's a lot of people, a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of help, and we got lots of people who come out to participate.
You
And,
guys do work like a well-oiled machine.
Well, it's been a while that we've been trying to build that machine because it's been we're in our 7th year of the reincarnation of this event in with our club handling it.
It feels like so much longer than 7 years.
Yeah.
I feel like forever.
Well, but we are doing fantastic things with regard to that because it's all a community-based event, and really the whole focus is families and kids and doing what they are doing and helping out. And like you were talking to me, Chrissy, we gave out $47,000 just to the local kid groups and
Yes.
agencies that came out and helped us put on Corn Fest because
$47,000.
in one weekend.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and that's that's a primary way. We've got lots of people who rely upon the Corn Fest now to raise funds for the events that they're doing and what they want to get done throughout the year. Everything from the choir group, which gets paid, to various, what other kid groups are? Key Club. Baseball.
You have Rotary Interact also.
Rotary Interact. Football. So there's just a ton of different groups out there, and there's opportunities for other groups. I mean, one of the things we have is our center of games, little kid games that we play. I think we have like 12 this year, and there are groups that are manning those booths, and so they come in and they man the booths, and they get to keep 90% of all the money that they raise. Which is,
very cool.
That's a way for them. Yeah, on average, $1,000, $1,000, sometimes more. It depends on how good your people are at roping the little kids in and have them say, "Hey, go get some more tickets from your mom."
And stealing their money.
Yeah,
Get some more tickets.
but they win something, whether it's a piece of candy or one of the bigger prizes. But
Yes.
everybody likes to win.
Well, I think it's super, super cool to see what comes out of the community supporting this event every year and then getting to watch it literally go right back into the future leaders of, the clubs, the Rotaries, the Kiwanis. I always talk about the importance of the example that we lead. And, you guys are two very, very important leaders in that with your families, your children, your grandchildren will go on to do these kinds of things. And that's because you guys have been,
Absolutely.
I remember when I only had children, and now I do have grandchildren.
We have grandchildren. I have one graduating from high school.
Well,
this year.
you're a very old grandmother, but
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
but yes, in fact, this all started because my daughter, who grew up going to the Corn Fest and doing things out in the valley, came home from Utah. I think she was teaching, and she came back, and she said, "Hey, Dad, why don't we do the Corn Fest? Why isn't the Corn Fest going on?" Because she was having a baby, and she was like, it was such a fun event when I was a child. And I'm like, it's a lot of work. And then I said, well, okay, let's try it and see. And that was 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
And
Look at
lots
you
of
now.
support. So we do have sponsors, because you can't put on an event like this without community sponsors, people who are willing to step up and pay money. And so the first one I went to was, Living Waters Hospice
Go figure. Look at them, always showing up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Maria managed to hoodwink her owners into being our title sponsor, which they have been now for 7 years.
Love it.
I unfortunately forgot to put an escalator clause in their annual amount that they're supposed to be paying us.
You're the attorney.
I know, and
You're
I
the
forgot.
attorney.
So now we're going to have to
Apparently.
Get
do
it free?
something. To
I know
them.
my way around.
So they're our main sponsor, and then we have the entertainment title sponsor, which is Anderson Ford. And along with them, we have supporting sponsors of Anderson Nissan and Anderson Toyota. So they handle, because we pay our people who come, and we've got some bands. Who do we got this year? Oh, look, you don't even have your list
No,
up.
I do, but hang on.
Oh, she's so slow.
We're waiting
no.
for your list.
Yeah. So on Friday, so we should let everybody know that on Friday, the
Doors open.
doors open at 5:00, and years past we've always gone to 10, but there you go. We're gonna go until 11:00 on both days.
We are?
We are going to go to 11:00 because I
Wow.
think that it came up in the meeting yesterday that there was a football game. So this will give the kids maybe after the football game a place to go, for them to go and hang out for a couple of hours
Oh,
more.
okay. That's
So
good.
yeah, so we're going to stay open until 11:00.
It's a very important football game.
It
it's
is.
Shane and I against each other.
Oh,
I know.
go Shane, go Shane.
What do you mean? I mean,
for
our
Shane.
teams, not us.
Yeah, I didn't think you were out there, but all right. So yeah, so who's going to be playing on Friday night? Because we're 5 to 11.
So 5 to 11 on Friday, and then what is it? 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday. So we always open up with the national anthem, and then from 5:10 to 6:10 we have Billy Kay, who's probably one of my favorite people, and then 6:30 to 6:50 we have the ROTC rifle spinning team. Ooh. And then from 7 to 8 we have the Mojave comedy troupe, which they are really funny.
They're funny.
Yes, they are really funny. And then from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, we have a band called the Love Bombs.
Ooh, they're exciting.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're good, yeah.
You've seen 'em?
Yeah, I have.
Some
Have
of them
you?
are my friends.
I've
They're
never
good,
heard
yeah.
of them.
Oh, you're going to love them.
They're your friends?
Some of
Is
them.
that how they got the gig?
Well,
Well, it's
I don't-
not what you know.
I
it's
do know
who you know.
Maria.
nobody asked me to sing. I mean, you and I, come on. We can go out. I mean,
could.
I don't see me in the lineup over here.
We
I'm
can
not
arrange
getting that. Can you please?
Yes.
They have me down at 11:45 p.m. That would be a wise choice.
It'll
then-
empty the park.
There
So,
you
there
go.
you go.
So on Saturday, we just have from at 10 o'clock we have 10:05 to 10:20 we have Fox Creek Junior High Choir,
Aw.
and we always try to include all of our young kids and all of our
Yeah,
because
we're giving-
that was the original Cornfest, is that we had the dance troops coming out, and that was just an opportunity for all the kids to be able to highlight and the parents to come out to see them grandparents, and so
Yeah.
It's
I
nothing-
like that we went back to that.
It's-
It's
yeah,
my
it-
time.
well,
Ken. I'm talking.
No, I'm telling you.
Hold on, I got something to say.
My kids were in karate. My daughter was
Yes.
in dance, and so they would go out there and they would put on. And this is a first exposure for them to be in front of
Yeah.
a audience and put on their stuff and get over kind of some of those jitteries. So there's because when kids get older, then they well, maybe I can go do a play, or maybe I can do something that's
Yeah.
more, putting themselves out there. So
Maybe I could be an attorney.
and we had to stop that actually during COVID because there was
Correct.
a couple years, even though we ran Cornfest, we didn't have kid groups because of COVID, and so now they're actually coming back in full force.
Which is really nice. So from 10:40 to 11 a.m. we have the DB&G Dance Studio performers. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. we have Longtime Coming Band. 1:20 to 1:40 Desert Star Academy Choir.
Nice.
2 to 4 the Queens of Heart Band. And then 4:20 to 4:40 we have the Mojave High School Cheerleaders.
Fun.
And then 5 to 6 we have Atomic Lizard Band.
Ooh.
Are they good too?
Never heard of them.
Oh, okay. And then 6:10 to 6:30 we have the Mojave High School Choir again. And then from 8 to 11 we have a band called the Painters. And so that is our lineup.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of people and a lot of entertainment.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So if you're not there to see somebody at 5 o'clock, for sure, 8 to 11, that might be your group that you want to see. So, I mean, it's kind of just revolving.
If you
Very
go to
cool.
our website, it has all this stuff on it. It's Cornfest BHC. You can go and see the entire lineup, and you can see the time frames, and you can see who our other sponsors are. So that was our entertainment. And then we have the Kids Zone sponsor, Finley.
Woohoo! We love the kids.
Best
And
sponsor
so
ever.
there's lots of things for the kids to do. We've actually revamped the Kids Zone a little bit this year. While there's still some bouncy houses and things like that, there's also some other things they're going to be doing. We have a petting zoo, which is very popular.
Yes, the
they're
horse
coming
is
back.
always so cute.
And that's Lundberg and Elias are the sponsors for that. And then it's been about 4 years, I think, since we had pony rides.
Oh, nuh-uh.
So we have pony rides coming. Tri-State Wi-Fi is the sponsor for that.
Great supporters of the community.
And then we've got a couple of new things. We have a hay ride going around to be circulating. Arizona Financial Credit Union.
Nice.
We, of course, are bringing back our ubiquitous axe throwing trailer, which my law firm is the sponsor, because I'm looking,
Good job.
maybe somebody chops off an arm and I can make a few other money for myself.
It could be a good.
I want to be right there.
Well
and,
played.
for
Well
that.
played.
And actually, if you want to see me, I actually run that particular event because I don't trust anybody else to do it.
That's
correct.
good. It's a little scary with axes being thrown around children.
That's right. And then we have, so come out and see that. And if you've never thrown an axe, it's cheap, it's fun, it's something. Teen Zone sponsor is Eagle Fence and Masonry, along with they're also a sponsor for our food court. We have our DJ Loki, who will
Love
be there.
her.
She
Who
runs
doesn't?
all
She's
of the
there
entertainment.
every year, yeah.
Yeah, and she's very good. Media sponsor is Murphy Broadcasting. Print media is Mojave Valley Daily News. First aid and safety, because we do have CERT out there who is going to be, if there's any problems or people get, overcome.
The just in cases.
Well, just in case,
Yeah.
Just in case they become overcome with, the spirit of the event and they can't breathe.
And who's that sponsor?
Billet Health. Who's Billet Health? Who they belong to.
See, this is
That's
what I'm
my
talking about, the
kid.
example.
That's my child.
And then Corn Fest, we have a supporting sponsors, Brother Hog Concrete, and we are looking for the haunt. Where we have the largest
Haunted house.
haunted house in the area.
That runs longer than the Corn Fest, right?
Yes, it does. It goes actually into
Halloween.
Actually, Halloween.
So if you're sponsoring that, you get all that recognition all the way up to there.
Yes. So we are looking for a sponsor for that. Anybody can call and decide that they want to put a little bit of money on the line.
You can reach out to any of us or go on the Kiwanis page as well.
And then we have other things that we from Sherrill Farms. When you walk around, we try to make this the Corn Fest is fall event. So we have hay, and we have to get the hay from somewhere. So Sherrill Farms donates the hay to our use.
Nice.
Arnold Trucking trucks it in for us and
It's
takes
a
it back out.
lot of hay as
Yeah,
well.
it's 500 bales we have them bring in. And then, of course, we have Praise Chapel. The 2 tents out there are owned by Praise Chapel. We pay for them, but they're there to help us do that. They also give us a lot of other equipment. And so the new things we have this year, so everybody knows.
Let's
we have
hear.
the Car Smash.
What?
Yeah, you can go out there and
Bang on
you
it?
can
Yep.
bang on it, and we have so that's
But we used to have a car smash, and then
We did.
at the old Kiwanis.
That was
so
a long
then
time
that
ago.
went
You're
away. and
bringing
then
it back.
yep.
We're bringing
And then-
sexy back.
And then the
Bringing
pony rides
sexy
are coming
back.
back. And then we have the hay ride, which is new. And then we have what's called a barrel train, which is also new, which is going to be a little ride pulling kids around the barrels. And
That's going to be cute.
it's going to be cute, but I'm also looking forward to maybe making some money on that when it tips over.
Well,
and
it's all
somebody
about
gets
the
some
money. At the end of the day, you want to be able to give back to the kids.
Well,
No,
and
he's
that's the
talking
other
about
thing.
money about his law firm. He's not talking about the kids and Kiwanis and everything. He's
Well, and so the thing is, we try to keep this family friendly and not have people pay too much out of pocket. So we have a wristband that you can buy for the Kids Zone, Petting Zoo, and the pony rides. And I think it's $10 this year.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're charging.
it's fairly cheap.
But it's unlimited. You get to go and do all these other things and everything. And then we have you buy the tickets for $1. You can go play the little games. We have 50 vendors that are setting up.
Oh, that's a
with
lot.
lots of different things that they are selling. Just for fun, fair
Yeah.
type fun things. And the music's free. There's no charge to come into the Corn Fest. It's so you can just come and not pay anything if you don't want. Just hang out and listen to the music. Although we'd like you to pay something to be able to continue our enterprise.
Give back.
You got a haunted house?
Yes, the haunted house.
There you go.
And
I see the
think
pictures.
haunted house is only $5. Is it $5 this year?
It's $5.
I think we
yeah.
dropped the
And
price
it's
on
a
that.
gigantic haunted house.
Yes.
I know when you think
Scary.
haunted house, you think, a small, but it's a big deal.
Yes.
It's under our tent, the blue tent, and it's. I don't go through it because I'm too scared.
You're
so.
scared.
I go during the day. That's the only time I go is during the day when I know that I will be safe. But year after year, that line just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
And it's one of our biggest money makers. We make
is.
about $10,000 on
it's
that. We run
fun.
about 2,000 people through there.
Probably the only one in the
overall.
area that's that big as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, it is. It's and from that standpoint, it's cheap. Because again, we want people to come out, spend a few bucks, but have a good time and say, "Wow, that was really worth it. We'll be back here next year."
Well, and sometimes we have a hard time, getting on the same page with our teenagers, but that's a great thing that parents could take the teenagers and they'll have a good time too.
Right, and we do have other things for the teenagers that we've tried to do. That's why we have a teen zone, and the car smash they can do, the axe throwing they can do. So there's lots of things that people are going to be able to do. We're going to have food. We have food vendors, so we have I think 10. I think there's 10 different
You
food
got to
trucks.
chuck all the corn.
Yeah, corn. There's going to be 1,250 ears of corn this year, but there's a competition going on for the corn between two of the in the culinary groups out of the school that we've turned that over to. So you want to
That's
come out and see what they've
exciting.
decided to do with the corn because they're going to fancy it up apparently.
It's going to be a little different than last
Nice.
year.
Yeah. And we try to change things because, you don't want to come back to the same thing year after year after year. So
Right.
that's why we add things, we take away things. But it's, something for everybody is what we're trying to accomplish here, especially for families. Okay. So, now one change we have this year, we don't have a beer garden, but there is a beer truck from Shriners or no, is it Shriners?
Was it Lions?
Lions? I don't know which. Some group.
Somebody
amazing.
Some group is bringing out a beer truck, and so you'll be able to buy beer now.
Can you still bring?
Yes,
in
you
your
can still
beer
bring
as well?
beer.
Absolutely.
Bring your own beer, but we're
When you have that
when
capability.
COVID hit, we couldn't get a beer license because we used to have the beer garden and everything, and it took up a lot of space. And once
Yeah.
we discovered that when we got rid of the beer garden, we had more room for things. People spent more money on some of the other things than they did on beer. And
Didn't we
saw
actually make
families.
more money?
We made more money.
Once
And-
we took away the beer
Well,
garden.
I bet so because
Yeah.
if you can bring your own alcohol and not have, that gets pretty pricey.
Expensive.
So you get to spend it
Yeah.
on the kids stuff
Yes.
instead of you can,
The other thing we observed was once we had done that, we saw more families, instead of just dumping the kids and saying, hey, go play fun, because they didn't have a beer garden to go to, they just hung out with the
Spent
kids.
time
They
with
took
their
them to the kids, and that's what we're really trying to foster here is a kid-friendly environment, a family-friendly environment from that standpoint. So, and we're
I
doing
love it.
we're doing good. So,
yeah.
but sometimes people think, I forgot to bring a beer. And they're like, oh, there's a beer truck. Now they can go have a beer, and they can wander around. It's a public park, so it's available. You can do that under the rules. So we'll see how that goes and if everything goes well. Because we have not had any real significant issues. The only issues we had was with some teenagers, I think, over the years. But other than that, we haven't had really any issues with people, getting the problem. So
Abusing that.
our security team is basically older Kiwanians.
Yeah, I'm part of
Yeah.
that security team.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't make Maria have to come and get you, okay?
That's right. Don't make
get her
Mama
mad.
Maria.
So we're, we think we're doing good. And now, the building out the park. So next year, supposedly the amphitheater will be
Amphitheater.
done, and we'll be able to use because right now we use the community park, the community stage that the city has. But we'll be moving our stuff over to the amphitheater, give it a little bit more room for us to put some stuff. That's a 3-acre park on the center part there. But as soon as we get everything else built and there's grass supposed to be put in and everything over by the amphitheater, we're going to be able to open that whole area up and be able to use all of it. So that's one of the things we're looking forward to is because it allows us more opportunity to do some other things. And as long
And
as we're
don't
making
we-
money,
Don't
we'll
we
do
give
it.
a portion of that money to?
To the park.
Okay, so
Yeah,
10% of that. Isn't
so
that the top?
10% of our
the top?
net every year goes to the park committee to help do park things
Upgrades
that they want to do. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Very
we've been doing
cool.
that
Yeah.
for the last there's a lot of money that goes out. But
Yeah.
it's all for a good cause, and we figured that there was about 12,000 people who came through last year. So
That's pretty wild for our
it's
our
a little
area.
yeah, it's a weekend,
Yeah.
but it takes us several hundred people at any one time to be able to run that event and do the things that are going on.
So with that being said, I'd like to give a shout out to each Kiwanian because it does. This started probably 2 months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months, where you're meeting as teams, and in the last month, everyone's been all hands on deck, out there, out of their life, away from their family. I mean, I watch a lot of you guys kind of build your, husband and wife teams. Like everyone kind of starts to enjoy each other and do these things together. But it truly takes a village and a lot of personal time that's given back to these things.
Yeah, we have individual members who, some of them are retired, and so they don't have anything else to do with their lives.
Lucky them.
Well, lucky us.
Lucky us.
I know them too, acting like they're not laying a little low in life these days.
We're not retired. We're still working.
We're still working.
We
don't want to work.
Let's
be very clear. We don't want to work.
So they're building out the interior. So AOBI, our trade school, had come in, and we have an agreement with them. They bring kids down, and they built the physical structure of the haunted house inside. They put up our rooms and things that we have in there. It took them 2 days. It's all used to take us a week with our old people,
and they're just
but now you get the young people in there, and there's a bunch of them. And then
I'm glad that you said that, because that's kind of how they start to earn money.
Yeah,
these
we
groups,
pay them.
Yeah, these groups come in, and so you're really utilizing a lot of the groups in the schools, which is nice. It's nice that it's giving back. Even starting there, they get to learn a trade. They get to come in and
they're using their skills.
Yes.
They're learning to communicate. There's just so much that they are. I get the biggest kick out of it, just because they get to do all those things, and those are life's lessons. It's just not school book stuff. They're out there building. They're out making it.
Yeah,
how much pride? How much pride comes with that for them?
And we use the kids for the haunted house that come in. The actors that we use for that are all mostly kids who are coming in from drama club or other organizations and stuff, who say, "Hey, yeah, I'd like to do that," and so they learn how to do some of that stuff and everything. And that's why they're running our different booths, and it's part of the process of hopefully getting them into the mindset of, this is a community event. I'm involved with the community. We're making money for our little group, and all that type of stuff, because you want good citizens to be built in our city, because our city's getting a lot larger than it used to be. I've been here 30 years, and we started out as a little tiny town, but they're not tiny about our town anymore.
Nope.
No,
it's
there's
growing.
not. Can we talk a little bit about Bob and all that he does? He kind of likes to lay low, and so you don't hear a lot of,
Bob who?
Bobby and all the family.
Mr. Ensley.
Yeah, they give a lot to
Bob who? You mean
I should say
Ken?
Porter.
Bob is,
Let's say Porter.
Look,
Yes.
But they like
Bob
to lay low, and
tells-
you don't want to. He doesn't always want his name thrown out there. But the truth
Bob
is
Ensley.
this is a big deal for them
That's
and
true.
his family.
He puts out our garbage cans. And garbage is an important thing, because you got to get rid of it.
You do, yes.
From that standpoint. So Bob Ensley and his entire family brings his fifth wheel down there, and they spend the whole weekend down there. I don't know what his kids do.
Oh, stop.
Everything. They can drive the trucks, the tractors.
Yeah,
they move hay. They're pretty. It's
like a
super
little
cool
workforce.
to see. Yeah.
It's like he procreated and said, I've now got enough kids that I can make them work like little demons.
No, but listen, that little Porter is like, he is a workhorse.
Little.
I know, but you know what? But he's been doing it since he was
Yeah.
little.
That's true.
You'll
And-
watch him, the tow truck comes and he'll start just taking it apart and adding it and putting it in, and you're just like, whoa. Most grown men wouldn't know how to do that.
No, he is that kid is amazing.
Yeah.
I do the vendors year after year, and you know what? There'll be bales of hay in my way, and so I'm moving one at a time, and he's like, I got this, and within 45 minutes, everything's done, moved, and he's on to the next, and he just, and you could tell that he loves it so much, and he just never stops. I don't know where he gets the energy from. He's a kid.
Leading by example is so important.
Yeah.
That's true. And that's what we hope to do, is have those kids out there, see what's going on. We bring out I think they're bringing out the baseball team to move the hay this year?
Yes, the baseball team will be out there. Yeah, they were out there last year, and they helped.
Yeah.
They did the hay, and then
I remember that because I was trying to move someone. I was like, man, I am too old to be
It
doing
is
this
heavy.
anymore. They are.
It looks like, oh, I should, everyone you just watch the Cowboys like throw them. No, I broke my shoulder 2 years ago, like trying to move one, and because everybody else was doing it, so I was like, listen, I'm gonna do it too, and then I was like,
no, we got
so
smart.
I won't be moving another hay bale.
Nope. I'm really good at going. That goes there. That goes there.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so we have the baseball team, and then the wrestling team used to come out also. I don't know if they still come out to help. They
did, but yeah, I don't know that I've seen them for a couple of years. But
Yeah.
Choir's huge, right?
choir brings out a lot of kids who are
And
running our
drama
kids
as well.
zone.
You get a lot of support from Mojave High School, which is great.
Yeah, I mean they're right next door.
Yeah.
And we get to use their parking lot for overflow parking. ROTC runs the parking out in the park, which we have a brand new parking lot with lighting now.
Yeah.
That's
After all
nice.
those years that we were doing it in the dark.
do we still charge $1 a car?
Yes. In
Okay.
fact, I don't know.
That's only charge.
I don't know if they're going to $2 a car this year. I can't remember. But other than that, I mean, it's minimal. And what last year they were able to raise $4,000 for their ROTC, just
great.
doing that. But they've got they're also selling water. But they've got like 20 or 30 kids
There's a
out
lot,
there.
and
Yeah.
they
doing
are.
work.
They're not out there messing around either.
No,
like
no.
the kids that are involved in this, they're structured. They know what they have a job to do. It's it's like watching grown adults. Really, they really know they're there for business. You know,
Yes.
which is very cool.
Yeah. So we're becoming more sophisticated in some of our things that we do. We have a point of sale system that we use, so we track everything now. So we're pretty good with the numbers as far as how things are going, and that's why. So generally, I mean, $47,000 went out the door for all the groups that helped us, but our club ended up with around $20,000 last year for the things that we do, which is mostly we do
We do scholarships.
for the high schools, different organizations, and then we have Trunk or Treat. Trunk or Treat follows Cornfest because we always do our Trunk or Treat on October 31st, on Halloween, to give the kids someplace to go. And we get a lot of
We get a
people.
lot.
Yeah. Where is that location this year?
Same place. We do it right there at Gary Keith Park because we open the haunt that night. It's a second event for the haunt, and people can come and we raise a little money doing that. But we're giving away. I mean, we're giving away $10,000 worth of candy that night.
Yeah.
So we have something like, I don't know.
I keep saying five. It's $10,000.
Yeah.
So wild.
And we get pallets and pallets and
Of
pallets
candy.
of candy.
Yeah.
And it's amazing
and
because
people bring their own, and you run out.
Yes,
Like,
and we still run
that's-
out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we get 4,000 to 6,000 people who come out for this event,
great.
and we've got about anywhere from 50 to 75 cars, that are doing the trunk thing and getting decorated and all that type of stuff, and people start coming line up a half an hour to an hour before.
crazy.
And that line never stops until we are closed.
Aw.
And
And
It's
we're-
a safe
Loki
place.
plays that night
Loki
also.
plays.
Always.
Yep, she provides us the entertainment
I
out there.
love Loki is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
You know
and get in
what?
these
She
events.
is a crowd pleaser. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what Loki does. She's a crowd pleaser. But we also give out prizes for best dressed, I believe,
Yeah.
in different categories. And are we doing hot dogs?
We are.
We're doing hot dogs.
2,000 hot dogs we give out along with water.
And once again, this there's no cost to this. And
Yes,
I do know that there are a lot of we used to do the only trunk or treat, I think, at one point in time, and now there's like trunk or treats
lot.
all over the place. And this one is still free, still doing the same thing. We have people that come out, same groups year after year.
I thought it was October 31st.
Oh, it is October 31st.
That's probably an old one.
That,
did
that
the
might be
graphic?
an old one.
That's probably an old one.
That is probably an old one.
October 31st.
October
Halloween.
31st.
Halloween.
Halloween.
Can't miss it. I believe that's a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday.
Yeah. So it starts at 5 o'clock, I think. Right?
5:30?
5:30?
I think so.
Yeah, something like that. Go on our website. We
on the
got a
website.
website for that too. And then it goes for until 8:30 or 9. I think is when they go to. And then it usually goes a little bit longer because we're still trying to get
Still giving
rid of
candy
people
out.
and giving candy out, and people are still in line. It's
Yeah.
crazy that people.
It-
to me,
it
it's
is
crazy
crazy.
that
It is
people
crazy.
stand in line for 2 hours. If I was going to bring my kid down, the best thing that I would tell people to do, because you get so much more out of it, I think, is sign up to be a trunker, and
Yeah.
you
You're right.
get to
And then they
roll
can
on in
cruise
there.
around.
You get all this around you. You can walk around and see everything
you don't even
want
have to buy candy if you really.
Yeah, I mean, we're
'Cause
going to
we
bring
give
you
'em candy.
Yeah, we bring the candy, and then your kids can be there dressed up, and then they can wander around and see the stuff,
give
get your
out
hot dogs,
candy.
and I mean, why
It's the
stand
best
in
of both
line?
worlds.
Yeah, you get to see everybody comes by you.
If they want to sign up, how would they do that? Go to
online.
the website as well?
They go online, yeah, truck or treat. I'm not certain what the website. We have a website, and there's a sign up there for it.
Most
they have to fill out their
importantly,
stuff.
let's talk about the Kiwanis group and how people, if you are looking to get involved in the community, how do they do that? How do they become a member?
Well, there's an initiation, and it involves a goat. But
We won't go there.
it's a secret initiation.
It is.
No, we come. We meet every Wednesday, except for the last Wednesday of the month. But every Wednesday we meet at noon in the what do they call it?
Chaparral.
Chaparral Country Club in the back room.
In the sand. What do they call it?
The sand dunes, sand
Sand-
pits. I don't know.
sand-
I don't know.
It's sand hole or something. I don't know. It's the back
Sandbar.
room. Sandbar. Is it sandbar?
No, I don't
it's
know.
not.
We're just making stuff up.
It's
at
in
this
the
point.
back. It's in the back. So you
Listen,
come
if
there.
you come there on Wednesday, they'll know where we are.
Exactly. Just we're looking for Kiwanis.
So you don't need to know a Kiwanian. I mean, you just come on in. We're a very friendly group. We really, our group is about what? We got about 45.
You know
50?
what? And we just
I think we
recently
just put like 6 in.
Yeah.
6 or 7 new ones, and it's so nice to see because I look at us and we're the old
We are. We've
we're
been
the
around
old timers.
forever.
We've been around forever, and people like us are starting to retire. We want to retire. I don't want the responsibility.
Well, look how many years you guys have been
yeah.
involved. At some point, you have to start to let the younger groups come in and teach them.
Yeah.
The
so
ropes.
we do
Is
have
that
some
what we're
new-
doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, what's happening is
We have some new
we're
kids.
dying off, and so we have to replenish. So yeah,
No.
So well, yeah, we are. There's people. I mean, it happens. It's a reality of life, and but
Yeah.
we need new people. I mean, new
We need
blood,
young.
new thoughts,
Yeah.
new issues from that
Keeps things-
standpoint. And that's really what we're. So yeah, anybody's welcome to come, and we do a back.
And don't be
we do
afraid.
do a background check
If you come in and yes,
because
if
we're dealing
you-
with kids. But.
Yes, if you come in and you come to a meeting and you don't like it, you don't have to come back. Or if you come in and you enjoy it and you want to get involved, there's a lot of things that happen with the Kiwanis. And if you don't have time for everything, that is okay. But come and get involved.
Yeah, because we not only do. I mean, the Corn Fest is our really big event that we do for the community. Trunk or Treat is a big event, which is a give back that we do. But we also do a lot of other things.
We do our
Wine and
we do our
jazz.
poker run twice a year. We have
do
a poker run coming up the
December.
first Saturday in December. I think that's
Yeah.
December 2nd, I believe.
something like that.
We have 2 of the poker runs. We do one in December, one in April, and then we have wine and jazz that we're getting ready to do. God, we do literally.
lot.
We do Christmas trees, and there's a number of things that we do.
Yeah.
If we would have written them down.
The honest truth is what you need to know is all these things happen by volunteers. But all of the money that is raised from these goes back into the community, helps your children, helps your grandchildren, helps the veterans.
Yes.
It really is something, and I think when I first got involved with these groups, that is what mattered to me, was that you got to see such hard work and so much volunteer, and people are not greedy about it. It goes straight back into our local community. Look, I got goosebumps because you don't always see that, but that's the truth.
Right, and you can do as much involvement as you want. We've got people. Gene Quinn comes to mind, who can't make the monthly or the weekly meetings,
But he's at a lot of events.
But he comes to all the events. He's involved in some of the different things that we do from the standpoint of being in the groups that are making decisions and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So you can get involved in what you want to get involved in.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just one of those things. Our group has. I know when I first started, back when I hit town, back in the old days of 1989.
Dirt roads. Covered
Two-lane
wagon.
highway.
I was brought
Covered
in,
wagons.
I was brought into Kiwanis because the guy who hired me, Richard Weiss, was in Kiwanis. He said, "Hey, you got to join Kiwanis." And I'm
Judge
like, "Okay,
Weiss.
yeah." So I went in there, and at one time we had 90 members.
Wow.
And then we split them off into the morning club. And because it gets kind of unwieldy at that level, but we're up to 50. I think we're at 50 members now.
We have a good number.
Yeah. So, but light hand. What they say. More hands make easy work and all that type of stuff.
But the other thing too is that one of the reasons why I joined Kiwanis was I moved here 22 years ago. I didn't know anybody. And then Dave Patterson invited me to a meeting, and I thought, well, I got nothing else to do. And truly, they become family. And so a lot of times people are looking for, things to do, but, you meet really good friends. They become family.
Start to
and
spend holidays together and events. You do the events together.
They do.
When Sarah got married, half the Kiwanians were there, and grandkids. And so now we have our kids. My grandkids are getting ready to graduate, and they know, like Sarah and Jessica went to. They were key clubbers, and so they went to New Mexico, and they would do the trips out there, and so they totally understand. So and so now our kids are Kiwanians, and hopefully our grandkids will be Kiwanians, and we just tried to set the example for them so that they can be good little humans.
So listen, guys,
you
got something to say?
I was just saying
he always has something to say.
We have kid groups in the schools, so from in the elementary school and in the high school and in the middle school, we've got kid groups that are affiliated with Kiwanis, and that's part of that also is trying to build this community. Where kids go, oh, well, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that when I was growing up in Minnesota, my parents were heavily involved in different things, and we would go to these different things, and it was like, oh, okay, this is what you're supposed to do as an adult. Oh, it's not very fun. That doesn't look like very much fun, but
and here we are.
Doing
and now here I am,
being our parents.
Here, we're and my dad is still in our group. He's 84.
Oh, he's so cute.
Cute. He's kind of grumpy and everything, but he doesn't do as much as he used to do, but
still shows up.
He still shows up, and it's kind of an outlet. Because you got to have something to do,
and his wife is on the morning club, and she was president, and she's a go-getter. My God.
Yeah.
Well, and look at, so your parents, your daughter. It's just it's exciting to see. It's very exciting to see. It's what really sets this community apart from other bigger, larger places.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're going to take our axe trailer. Because that was my idea,
It was
we're
great
take our axe
everything's
trailer.
his idea.
We're taking our axe trailer to, Rotary has Slaborama.
Yep.
And they do that in January. So we're taking our axe trailer there, and then we're also taking our axe trailer to Lake Havasu City. They have their Balloon Fest that they do. And I've already talked to them, and they want us to come down there, and we'll bring our axe trailer down there. And that's why we made it mobile to begin with, is so we go to different communities, different events, really spreading the gospel of Kiwanis.
Look at you.
Spreading the gospel.
Look at you.
I could be a preacher, but I'm just telling you that's what we're trying to do. Everybody needs to be involved. You got to have those connections, and it's one of those things that when you're if you're older and you're here in this community, because we have lots of people who are older who come here, they're retired and they're like, oh, I'm going to go golfing 14 times a week.
Gets
and it's
boring.
like, okay,
No, it does
what
not.
am I going to do? So then we get people who come to our club, and it's like, well, I came from Washington. I'm thinking of Judy.
June.
Yeah.
June's amazing.
Came from Washington, and she just joined our club a few months ago. What a
She's
go-getter.
been there over a year now.
Jumped
she's
in,
like,
just been there.
Yep.
yeah, and now she's like, okay, well, let's ask June to do that because we got to get these other
June
people
does
involved.
everything.
Yeah.
So it's really good, and you're gonna develop relationships and fun, and that's where all of I can tell you when I came to town in 1989 with my wife and the small child on the covered wagon from Minnesota.
Grapes of Wrath.
There was
The horses.
I had a little bit of family here, but not a wider net. And the Kiwanis Club became my family and the wider net. Everybody we partied with, everybody we raised our kids with, everybody we did things with were Kiwanians.
Yep.
And the best thing about that is we're all quality folk.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Hey, I call it leveling up. You can level down and not be involved, or you can level on up and get involved.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, thank you guys for coming today. I appreciate you for being here. I woke up excited this morning that you two were coming to my show. Basically you, because you're so exciting.
I tried to be.
You sucked all the air out of this room. That's why we have to stop.
You know what?
Are you tired? Because you made me tired. You talk so much.
I'm thinking I need to do my own podcast.
I know.
What happened to us?
Can I? If
Well,
you
okay,
do
well-
it,
What happened
can
to
I
us?
come on it?
You will be a guest.
you could be a
our
guest.
first guest.
Yeah. The first guest.
You can be our first guest.
And then we can talk about, just all the
stuff.
things that are going
Just
on in the
stuff.
community.
So much
Listen,
in the
I
community.
better be running this show.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Yes,
Listen, we
run
need
it.
somebody to run this show.
Yeah, because other than talking, we don't know nothing.
We know,
We're here
but we
for
know
you.
how to talk.
I
We are
know
here
it all.
for
we
Don't
know.
worry, I got you.
You know, did you feel like for once that somebody talked more than me?
Yeah.
I was
I was
like,
I was like
wow.
quiet Ken in the back room going like, I
was
had a
like-
lot to say.
I'm,
You're very passionate
it's a
about it.
I am. And,
Yeah.
this is my baby. I raised my children. They're all doing well. Now this is doing well. So, I'm backing off. I mean, Bobby Ensley is my co-chair.
Yep.
And next year,
And he's
I
doing a
may
good
be
job.
a little bit less of a co-chair because, he's got new ideas and new plans. I mean, he pushed the beer thing on me, and I told him, I don't want to do beer. And he's like, well, I just got these people. I was like, I don't care. I don't think we should do beer. And then the next thing I know is we're doing beer. And I'm like,
Yes.
why do you even ask me my opinion if you're just going to ignore?
It doesn't matter.
But it's okay. Everybody
Moving
has new
on up.
ideas. So
Yeah.
from that
Yeah.
standpoint.
And that's a great thing about
Now
having
I'm
all
gonna go
these
buy
new
a beer.
kids. No,
I'm
having
gonna
all
go
these
buy a
new
beer.
kids is new ideas.
Yeah.
Cornfest will continue to
Yeah.
evolve and just be a little bit different every year, hopefully.
And that's what we
Yeah.
want to
Yeah,
have. And
absolutely.
I want to be in my rocking chair out there at the Axe trailer
Not me.
when I'm 80 years old.
Not me.
And I'm going to be, what? You'll
Not
be right
me.
next to me. I'm going to say, Maria, get that $5 from that guy.
Exactly. 'cause
Send him on up there.
He's always in charge. Can't do this. Can't do that. Nope. I'm going to be retired and away.
No way.
Away.
Away.
She's
Oh,
going to the
gone.
mountain areas.
coming to visit my grandkids only.
Out of here.
Hey, great way to support the community is to show up. Go to the Corn Fest. It goes
Yes.
for 2 nights. The haunt goes even after that, which is super exciting. Shop local, support local. Have a good day, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you,
Thank
Ken.
you. Jeez.